Okay, so I had no idea this series was out, Rinne was out at all today, so I have no idea how many hours this has been up. I don't know if it's been up since 1 o'clock today, 12, early morning. I have no idea because it was fan translated, because the official translations are on a Wednesday. I didn't think the translation group was going to continue translating it since, last week they really didn't. So yeah, I don't know how late I am on this review, but I'm just saying here I am, here to bring you a review of Rinne. I did not drop it. So, with this episode of Rinne, we get introduced to a character that is very identical. Like, not exactly identical, but, like, you could see the similarities between the characters. You probably know who I'm going to mention. You remember the monk? The pervy monk in Inuyasha that had the vortex hands, like he can, it is black holes, pretty much. His hands were black holes, he sucked in everything. That's kind of what this dude is. Like, his entire design, like his character design looks like that monk from Inuyasha. And I instantly recognized, as soon as I saw that dude, as soon as I saw him in this episode, right at the beginning, trying to, like, sling that shit at that, spirit, I instantly thought of that monk. I'm like, oh my god, like, that looks like exactly like the dude from Inuyasha. So yeah, this dude is an exorcist, and oddly enough, almost a similar job description as Inuyasha's monk. So, anyways, episode in a nutshell, it is, I guess, some romance introduction or romance progression, or kind of setting the theme of the romance, along with just showcasing this new character that's been introduced. And that's kind of what I noticed these past couple episodes have been trying to do. For instance, with the last episode, we were introduced to our, mascot of the series. Even with this, we have another character introduced. So it seems like this beginning portion of Rinne is going to be introducing the main characters of the series, or the main support characters. That's kind of how a lot of shonen usually are. A lot of different series, not just specifically shonen, but a lot of series like, taking the first couple episodes to introduce all the characters and setting the groundwork for each individual character, and that is what Rinne is doing. So far when it comes to the pacing of the series, I feel like it is a slow enough pace to where we're able to understand what is going on and get enough screen time for these individual characters to allow us to understand what type of personality they have. So yeah, this episode, it's kind of similar, not exactly similar, like there's different plot lines in this episode, but it's pretty much similar in a certain fashion when it comes to last week's episode, because we're introduced to this new character that is going to be probably one of the main support roles in the series. And with this dude that was introduced, I have to say, I mean, so far, he looks like he's going to be a cool character. He's definitely going to be a love interest for Sakura, because with the episode, you see some form of romance drama building up, and since this is the writer of Inuyasha, I guess we can assume that there is going to be some form of romantic drama in the series, and so I expect something like that to happen, but I wonder where it's really going to lead to, because you have it to where these two guys, the two main male characters, are kind of fighting over Sakura, and you find out that Rinne is starting to realize that he is falling in love with Sakura. And that's kind of what this episode really goes to show us. That's going to play a huge factor later on down the road when it comes to the series, because Rinne now realizes he's starting to get some form of feelings for Sakura. And that's kind of what it is. That's exactly what this episode is. I mean, that's being very simplistic about it. Like, that's what this episode was. Characterization, character introduction, and a similar theme like last week's episode. Overall, though, how do you feel about this episode? I mean, there's a couple of things that's been going on in these past couple episodes I want to actually take a moment to really appreciate. There is a narrator in this series, and I mean, at first glance, this narrator's like, kind of like, okay, he's there. But I'm really liking how the narrator is really kind of going in, or the writer actually being the narrator, is kind of going in deep and trying to explain some of these different elements when it comes to the series. Like, how Rinne's robe, how he can flip it inside out, and, he can make people, have a physical body if they're a spirit. These different little things that the writer is just clarifying in the series. I mean, it doesn't seem like much, but it makes you appreciate the world of the series so much more, since the mangaka is willing to dive in just a little bit extra just to explain some of these elements. And so, yeah, I'm starting to appreciate that quite a bit. So tell me your thoughts. How do you feel about this week's episode of Rinne? Did you enjoy it? Did you hate it? How do you feel about this episode? Did it continue to have those Inuyasha vibes that it did last week? Do you feel like it's starting to stand up on its own feet? Let me know. Please be safe. Chibi out.